This is the YouTube edition of my book, A Course in Miracles Workbook Nuggets, which is a study aid for the course's workbook for students. I'll begin by reading my book's commentary on today's lesson over a visual of the book's text. I'll then return with some further thoughts on the lesson, which are only included in this YouTube edition of my book. Today's lesson is part of a 10-lesson group that runs from lesson 351 through lesson 360, each of which relates to the course's teaching about the real you, that is, who and what you are in truth. I'll be repeating this same introduction for each of lessons 351 through 360, so you can skip past this introduction in the future if you like. Timestamps taking you directly to today's Workbook Nuggets commentary and my further comments are provided in the description below. The course teaches that you, the real eternal you, is the sinless child of God, complete and healed and whole. The introduction, which precedes these 10 lessons, further tells us that we are the bringers of salvation, and that we accept our part as saviors of the world, which through our joint forgiveness is redeemed along with ourselves. Today's lesson from my book and my further thoughts, which are only contained in this YouTube edition of the book, follow. A link to the book on Amazon.com is provided below. Lesson number 356, December 22nd. Sickness is but another name for sin. Healing is but another name for God. The miracle is thus a call to Him. There is heaven, and there is your personal illusion. At any moment, you are seeing one or the other. They are mutually exclusive. You cannot experience both at the same time. A miracle translates a piece of your illusion to the truth. For a moment, it brings you home. The title of today's lesson is Sickness is but another name for sin. Healing is but another name for God. The miracle is thus a call to Him. This title is by no means straightforward or easy to understand. So let's see if we can make it a little easier. First, let's look at the first two sentences, which associate sickness with sin and healing with God. I'll repeat the first two sentences. Quote, sickness is but another name for sin. Healing is but another name for God, end quote. In the course, quotes, sin is being separate from God, and quotes, healing is your remembering that your real self has never been, nor ever can be, separate from God. So now we can see why the first sentence of the title tells us that sickness is but another name for sin. Sickness is but another name for sin because only those who believe that they are separate from God, that is, bodies, can be sick. And healing is but another name for God, since when you realize that the real you is the child of God, you can never again believe yourself to be ill. You are healed by remembering that you are not separate from God. Now for the last sentence of the title, quote, the miracle is thus a call to Him, end quote. Well, a miracle is a call to God, as the final sentence of the title concludes, because you are asking to see your real self rather than your ailing body and ego. You are asking for the corrected perception, the miracle, which shows you your true self as the child of God. The child of God cannot be ill. Only physical bodies can be ill. Your call to God will be answered. The corrected perception, the miracle, will show you your real self, the child of God, healed and whole, just as God created you. The condition of your physical body may or may not improve, but that is not the healing the lesson is talking about. It is talking about who and what you are in truth, the sinless child of God, healed and whole, just as God created you, and as you shall always be. Therefore, as the lesson title tells us, sickness is but another name for sin, that is, separation from God. Healing is but another name for God, that is, remembering that you are the child of God. The miracle is thus a call to Him, that is, asking God for the corrected perception.